Hey guys, welcome back. It's been about 4 months or so since I've updated to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and it's time for an update. I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max in black titanium with 512 gigabytes of hard drive space, which is the same amount I had on my old phone, which was the 12 Pro Max. And I really did not need any more space in that since it worked for me then. And I can only assume that it's only going to work for me now, since a lot of the videos and pictures that I do take, I take off of the internal hard drive and then put them onto my computer. And from there, I move them to where I need them to go. The phone also has the A17 Pro chip, which is new for the iPhone 15 Pro Max and 15 Pro for that matter. I do like the rounded edges of the phone. However, I always have it in a case, so I really don't notice a difference, since I believe even my 12 Pro Max case was rounded on the edges as well. And same with the color. I really do like the color that I did get, but I really can't appreciate it as much because I do have a case on it pretty much all of the time. Let's talk USB-C. I think it's great. I'm actually really happy that they went to the USB-C finally. Charging should be faster with the correct cables, but now you can take advantage of the USB-C to be able to use it with other supported devices, such as external hard drives, displays, TVs, and a whole lot more. Not to mention that you can also take advantage of faster transfer speeds using the correct cables. Again, using the correct cables. I will link the ones that I use down below. By connecting a USB external hard drive, you can take advantage of being able to get full functionality of recording in ProRes log, which means being able to record 4K at 24 frames per second, as well as 4K at 60 frames per second for a lot longer. The dynamic island is definitely a cool feature. I just haven't really taken full advantage of it. I really do need to get in there and see which apps really take full functionality of it and how I can make those apps help me become more productive and just do things faster. The action button is another cool feature, and right now I have it set up to open the doors of the Tesla, which has come in handy. However, sometimes it doesn't work. It'll say something like not able to produce action or whatever it is, but most of the time it works. I do wish that you could set up more than one action with the action button. I know there's workarounds to getting it done. I just haven't done it. It would just be nice if it was already built into the iOS. Now, let's get to the battery life. When I first got the phone, the battery was absolute trash. But after a few software updates, it definitely got a lot better. I do have it set to only charge up to 80%. And for the most part, that lasts me the whole day. Sometimes I will charge throughout the day for a few minutes just to get a little extra battery life. However, that's maybe 2 or 3 times a week. There has been a few times that it has charged past the 80% all the way to 100%. I just don't know why. It's probably happened a handful of times. The phone does have thinner bezels, so that means more screen, as well as a much smaller earpiece. Coming from the iPhone 12 Pro Max to this, I honestly at first didn't even pay attention to it. And then one day I was just kind of looking at it and I was like, where is the earpiece? And then I could see it really right under the top of the case that I have on my phone. And can we talk about the speed of Face ID? The 12 Pro Max was pretty good. It's pretty fast. But this thing is absolutely lightning fast. Sometimes I just like tap on it and it's opened. I didn't have to like press up, or before I'd like sometimes I'd be like reading it and sometimes I wouldn't read it. And what I do like about this as well is, and I don't know if this is like a mistake or a glitch or whatnot, but even sideways, I can open my phone using Face ID, which is great when I'm recording videos and let's say the screen locks out, and instead of having to turn the phone, I just swipe up and it opens. It's amazing. Now let's get to the camera. It takes 24 megapixel photos standard. The photos look sharp and crisp, and now portrait mode has it too, so you can take full advantage of the 24 megapixels. I like that you can take a picture in just your regular photo mode and then later having the option of turning it into a portrait. And there's a new portrait focus mode, which lets you adjust the amount of blur and I believe the focus afterwards when you're editing. The camera is great for low light conditions, less noise and overall much better image quality, and I really do love the video quality. Coming from the 12 Pro Max, this is a huge upgrade. I use this phone as my main camera to shoot my videos, and I really enjoy using cinematic mode. It wasn't available in the 12 Pro Max, it came a year later. So this is the first time I'm actually getting to use cinematic mode. And I think it looks pretty good, don't you? The stabilization is great. I shoot in both 4K 24 frames per second as well as 4K 60 frames per second, and the results are exactly what I need. There are times where I also use slow-mo, but not that often. Perhaps a more expensive camera might be better, but do I actually really even need it? The only time I wish I had a different camera is when I need to shoot my iPhone, like for B-roll for this particular video. Have you upgraded or thought about upgrading? And if you have, what are your thoughts on the iPhone 15 Pro Max? Overall, I really do like using this phone. It fits my needs perfectly. It does everything I need it to do. And I haven't even scratched the surface with all the features that this has that I haven't even used. Let me know if there's any features that you use that you think are absolutely necessary or a feature that I didn't talk about. For me, this was a huge upgrade coming from the 12 Pro Max. Camera, the speed of the Face ID, the actual speed of the phone, the dynamic island, which I really haven't messed with yet, which I should to see what it can actually do, and not to mention the USB-C. I find this phone to be a worthwhile upgrade, I guess until the next one, right? But as I've mentioned in previous videos, I tend to upgrade every 3 years. I find that to be a sweet spot of having newer tech, but also not spending so much money on a phone every year. It makes those updates feel more grand, I guess, if you will. You know, it didn't have cinematic mode before. This was the first year that I was actually able to use it. Now there's USB-C, the Face ID. Like, I know I keep saying all those things over and over again, but for me, this was a huge upgrade. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a nice thumbs up if you have, and if you want to see more videos like this. Comments, questions, suggestions, anything at all, put them down in the comment section below, and subscribe if you haven't. And like always, keep on living a modern lifestyle through technology. Until the next one, bye.